So that's Shaq giving Caitlin Clark some credit right to the face of Angel Reese. Angel Reese sitting there gritting her teeth.
Even though Angel Reese isn't on it, her podcast has inadvertently become the Caitlin Clark Show. Paradoxically, Reese's attempt to maintain the limelight has turned into a platform for complimenting Clark. However, she was unprepared for Shaquille O'Neal's presence, during which he gushed about Clark's talent nonstop. Reese was clearly uncomfortable with Shaq's comments, which included publicly praising Clark in front of Ree, comparing Ree to a player who is not inducted into the Hall of Fame, and even criticizing her layup style. We'll analyze this problematic situation and consider its implications for the changing landscape of women's basketball. Remember to subscribe to the channel before we get started. Ready? Come on.
Angel Reese on the unapologetically clout-chasing Caitlin Clark podcast. I think that's what it's called. Unapologetic clout chasing of Caitlin Clark podcast.
Unapologetically Angel Reese's podcast was intended to provide as a platform for her to take charge of the story and showcase her character outside of the court. However, in a satirical turn of events, it has evolved into an unexpected platform honoring Caitlin Clark's excellence. Guests are discussing Clark in episode after episode, frequently, without Ree even bringing her up. It's as though Clark's name has turned into a basketball genie that appears out of nowhere whenever the topic of women's hoops comes up. As a result, fans have flooded social media with amusing responses to the recurrent topic. A witty remark even proposed to branding. Here at the Caitlin Clark Show, welcome back. I'm Angel Reese, your host. Conversations that begin on entirely diverse subjects in several episodes nevertheless return to Clark's amazing statistics, game-changing performances, and general influence on the sport.
Swoops Caitlin Clark is like, oh my goodness, Cheryl doesn't like her, so let's see what this is about. And like, all of that's stupid to me. It's not true, it's all stupid. And also, now they may be mad when I say this, because it's funny to me. Like, when I look at the number 22s in the league, like I was 22, Asia's 22, Caitlin's 22, like those are some hell of a good number 22s. And we're all a part of the Nike family.
Because of women's basketball, whenever you think of Angel Reese, people often mention Caitlin Clark. You've said in interviews, there's no beef, but the media keeps going on. This is your platform. So how do you feel about that situation?
I think just being able to be in that moment of it happening, you never realize how something can literally change your life. And knowing my 5 fingers and my other finger pointing at my hand could literally have changed my life for like forever.
Angel Ree may be burdened by the frequent comparisons, even though they are probably inadvertent. It must be annoying for someone who is striving to shine her own spotlight to hear the name of another athlete all the time. Fans and commentators have been speculating a lot about this predicament. Some speculate that Ree may be purposefully bringing up Clark in order to attract viewers and maintain her relevance in the cutthroat world of women's basketball. Some musicians saw it as evidence of Clark's indisputable influence. Even when she's not present, it's hard to ignore her. The excitement for Shaquille O'Neal's guest visit grew as the shows went on. Shaq, who is well known for his audacious views and exuberant demeanor, appeared to be the perfect visitor who could perhaps change the...
Get it twisted. I'm an angel all day. Like, I don't want people to turn it one way and then she think...
Nobody anticipated that Shaq's arrival would simply make the irony more intense. O'Neal's presence elevated the acclaim for Clark to new heights rather than providing Reese with a respite from the incessant Clark comparisons. What was supposed to be Reese's moment turned into yet another chapter in the Caitlin Clark tale, as the basketball legend's growing admiration for Clark became the main focus. And it went beyond simply cheering Clark on. Shaq made some embarrassing, spontaneous comments about Ree herself without holding back. He publicly criticized Reese's layup technique, for instance, offering viewers a preview of the embarrassing moment to come.
She can't be rookie of the year because all she do is do the flip shots, get rebounds. Just them all.
As we delve into Shaq's podcast appearance, we'll witness his transformation from skeptic to devotee of Clark in real time, all in front of Ree, an angel who is clearly uncomfortable. Changing her stance can occasionally be interpreted as a show of weakness in the high-stakes world of basketball. However, Shaquille O'Neal was prepared to retract his remarks when he spoke on Reese's podcast. What might have persuaded this self-described Clark critic and LSU supporter? Remember to like, subscribe, and enable notifications if you've been enjoying the video thus far. We truly value your time and are aware of how valuable it is. Let's get back to the action.
People love Caitlin Clark, besides her skills.
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like, Steph Curry, I love. You know why I love Steph Curry?
That's what I'm saying. Steph Curry, such a young child. Do you know why I adore Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. Shaq's shift from being skeptical of Clark to becoming an advocate for him demonstrates the indisputable power of talent. His first perception of Clark's skills was influenced by his devotion to LSU and his strong friendship with Angel Reese. When LSU defeated Iowa in the 2023 National Championship game, this bias was particularly evident. As Shaq watched the game, it was clear that he had concerns about Clark's shooting. Furthermore, his doubts weren't just a fleeting moment. It was a result of his relationship with LSU and his role as Reese's mentor. At first, he was blind to Clark's extraordinary abilities because of his devotion to both his protege and his alma university. However, Shaq was frequently forced to retract his remarks as Clark maintained his dominance on the court. During a candid moment on Reese's podcast, he acknowledged,
Stuff we never seen before. Never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis. There's a lot of girls in WNBA that have done it in spurts, but that game I'm watching y'all in the Final Four, I'm like, damn, like, and I was a hater because I'm down. She was like, she's not gonna hit that shot, and bam, like, damn, she's not gonna hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not gonna hit the shot and you hit the shot.
This admission demonstrates the depth of Shaq's initial prejudice and lays the groundwork for his abrupt conversion. The pivotal moment occurred when he repeatedly saw Clark disprove him. He gave a straightforward explanation. Music, if I tell you that you won't make that shot 10 times and you do, then you are telling the truth. Shaq's transformation from skeptic to believer is encapsulated in this comment. He wasn't persuaded to change his views by a single game or one standout moment. It was Clark's unwavering greatness in the face of uncertainty. Shaq's public remarks changed along with his viewpoint. The NBA great started publicly praising Clark's exceptional abilities in the game. His comments changed from skepticism to adoration, indicating that Clark's influence on women's basketball was widely acknowledged. The irony of this metamorphosis taking place on Angel Reese's show is astounding. Here was Reese's mentor and ally, Shaq, openly endorsing her rival on her own platform. This instance illustrates a broader trend in women's basketball, where Clark's skill is making even the most ardent doubters reevaluate their opinions.
It's the right way. I saw it. She makes the right play. Every time. Not all the time. She makes her teammates better. She shoots the ball.
Asa was getting ready to express on the program how much he now admires Clark. There was a clear sense of tension in the virtual room. Angel Reese, who probably invited Shaq in anticipation of advice and recognition, was about to witness her mentor shower her greatest alleged competitor with accolades. Consider this. When you invite your mentor to participate on your podcast, you expect encouragement and support, but instead they spend the entire time gushing about your main rival. When Shaq took over her own show, Angel Reese found herself in precisely that unpleasant situation.
How has your relationship been with Angel?
It's like a daughter to me, so I'm gonna protect her. I'll call her every day. And just mess with her, but it's great. She's out.
Unapologetically Angel Reese's podcast was intended to highlight her, but it soon turned into a platform for Caitlin Clark's ascent to fame, particularly after Shaquille O'Neal made an appearance and showered Clark with adulation while making Reese look uneasy. Once a skeptic and devoted LSSE supporter, Shaq acknowledged that Clark's talent was indisputable, emphasizing her record-breaking skills and constant perfection. Shaq even made awkward analogies that didn't favor Reese, which increased Clark's effect and caused the incident to go viral. Music. Outside of this podcast, WNBA legends like Cheryl Reeve and Diana Taurasi have moved from doubt to appreciation, acknowledging Clark's abilities to improve the league and attract supporters in addition to her talent, such as her Distance 3 Yes logo. Already, Clark's impact has changed attitudes toward women's basketball, increased viewership, and motivated the upcoming generation of players. Caitlin Clark is no longer merely a budding star thanks to the support of her fans and legends. She is a revolutionary force ready to steer the WNBA into a new phase of fame and renown.